Goddamn.
You know, after after this weekend, allow me, God fucking damn. God damn is right, bro. What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing, man? Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for another edition of your AEW post-show reviews, man. This time with Forbidden Door 2025, Forbidden Door London, whatever you want to call it. Tonight was Forbidden Door. As many of you who watch us know, we were not going to review this show because last year's Forbidden Door was absolutely fucking atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
But AEW went back to the drawing board and they did a couple, inter-promotional matches. But for the most part, this is pretty much just your regular pay-per-view. And I have to say, in my opinion, man, I think like 90% of the time with AEW pay-per-views, unless you're talking about Dynasty of 2025, I thought it was a great show. And yeah, I enjoyed myself for majority of the show. And overall, I don't regret watching the show.
No, not at all, man. Very, very happy with how the show went with the show I watched, and I'm glad we decided to watch and review it this year, man. It's worth it. It's worth it. I think they put on overall very good show. Those two ending matches were insane, dude, and the rest of the show leading up to that was pretty good, man. So overall, I'm happy with what we got tonight.
For sure. I thought they stepped in the... It almost felt maybe like they were stepping in the direction of a little bit of a reset, with obviously two of their biggest stars more than likely going out with rather long injuries, with obviously you've seen it at the end with Will Ospreay, but also with Swerve as well. Like I said, I think they kind of just wrote everything off for those guys to be gone and into the next phase for AEW, which that remains to be seen what that is. However, I will say I am very scared for them moving forward without Will Ospreay and without Swerve Strickland, because as you guys know, I always like to talk about the big four that are the big four consistent pieces on AEW for me, that just continuously do good things, in my opinion, that being Adam Page, Tony Storm, Swerve Strickland, and Will Ospreay. And now two of them are gone. So...
one half of that.
Literally. So 50% of that is now on the shelf. So I am scared moving forward for them and their whole creative direction and that whole sort of thing, bro. But honestly, I thought what was on tonight's show was good. I thought it was like I said, I don't regret watching it. I'm not sitting here like, man, I should have trusted my gut. Like,
no,
should have just skipped out on the Forbidden Door review this year. Overall, man, again, I am happy that we watched the show and we're here with you guys, man. So that always makes it a little bit better. But
oh, most definitely.
But yeah, yeah, so that, like I said, man, I like the show. I thought they did a great job, and I think this was what was needed for Forbidden Door, is kind of to just be an AEW pay-per-view. If you want to sprinkle your little bits of New Japan in there, then go ahead. I don't really know how that makes it a Forbidden Door, because that's pretty much every fucking pay-per-view, but hey, it is what it is.
Exactly, man, exactly. Overall, I would probably just skip Forbidden Door for the next few years and put something else in that slot. I think that would go over much better. But overall, really like what they did here. And like you said, I like how they, written those two off. Unfortunately, I am concerned for AEW with writing those two off with, them not having those two for a while. Swerve, Ospreay are always some of the best parts of television. So I hope there's people that could pick up that slack, man, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it, and half of them are in the Don Callis family. But and we'll get to that when we get to that, man. But overall, really like tonight, and very curious to see how they're going, man.
100%, bro. 100%. So, like I said, or like Sir K said, that remains to be seen, how they step forward with all of that. But if this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here live after NHP Unscripted. Every Tuesday, we are live. What am I talking about? Jesus.
Burned in your brain.
Dude, it really is. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know the show works. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, we are on here with Unscripted. And every Friday, we are on here at 3 p.m. Central with the news. If you guys did miss this past Friday's episode of the news, you guys can now watch that on all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here live on YouTube, Fridays at 3 p.m. Central, as well as, if you guys can't already tell, after the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW with the official post-show review. So, yeah, man. With that, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Links at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find this beautiful piece of Notorious Heels merchandise live on there as we speak, man. So, with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. And Sir K, would you please do everybody the honor and let us all know what you're smiling about this evening?
Well, that I unfortunately cannot tell this evening, but overall, man, I'm doing good. Just been chilling out, man. Been doing good. Stuff's moving along. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I watched Forbidden Door today. Very good show overall. Enjoyed my day, and just building up towards the week, man. Very curious to see what happens tomorrow on Raw. The whole like women's title thing and all that. Very curious to see how they do all that. Leading up to Clash. That's the next weekend, right?
No.
That's this upcoming weekend? Okay.
So this Raw is the go-home show.
Okay, cool. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm doing good, man. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I am doing okay. It has been quite the weekend. It feels like nothing can go right. It genuinely feels like nothing can go right. But we enjoy the ride and we keep moving along, bro. So there's
all you can do.
That is literally all you can do, man. There's no reason to cry over spilled milk, I guess. But it's all good. It's all good. So we're moving along. We're moving along, but it has been quite the weekend, bro. It has been quite the weekend. But sometimes life is about perspective. So sometimes you just gotta look at things through a lens you might not want to look at. But it's all good. It's all good. But overall, I've been okay, man. I've been okay. Yeah. Enjoyed the show. I'm glad that they had a good show here tonight. Yeah, very glad they had a good show. I think the last fucking thing I needed this weekend was for them to put on an absolute fucking stinker. And for me to come on here just fucking very rageful. So I'm glad they put on a good show. I was able to find some sort of escape through Forbidden Door. And yeah, I thought it was a great show. I thought that the last two matches knocked it out of the park tremendously.
Oh yeah.
You guys know I don't really spend a lot of time on Twitter. I'll only go on there for either to interact with some of our people in the NHP family, or I'll go on there just to simply promote NHP. Sometimes I come across stupid little things on Twitter, which I did today. And from the couple seconds I spent scrolling on Twitter, I found that people did not really like the Adam Page and MJF match. I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, if you want to say, MJF cheating might have been a little excessive, I can see your point. I didn't really mind it too much. There definitely was a lot of him cheating in the match, though. So again, I can see where people come from there, but personally, I didn't mind it, and I think that's MJF's character. I mean, he's kind of done that for years. I mean, again, it was a lot tonight. I could see that, but that's, I mean, his whole character is, he tries to prove himself and he gets desperate. So that's,
very simple. I don't get people's dislike of that match. I liked it. I liked the spots, and I think overall it was very character driven. Both of what those guys did were very to their characters. I really don't know what the beef with that match is.
Yeah, me neither. I did not understand it myself. So yeah, but yeah, the last two matches, like I was saying, the last two matches for me really made the show really come together. And per every AEW pay-per-view, there was quite a bit of
nothing burger.
There was quite a bit odd decisions on the show, and just some very head-scratching decisions on the show. And we'll get to some of those, but overall, I would say it was a good show, and it was better than Dynasty.
It was. Exactly. I wouldn't say it's one of their best overall this year, but nothing's going to be worse than Dynasty. Or I hope nothing's worse than Dynasty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I'm looking at AEW's best shows this year, I'll probably say Revolution All In Texas.
All In. Yeah, All Out didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
Can't even watch it.
fucking WWE. So yeah, that is that. But what was I gonna say? Yes, I gotta give a couple shout outs here in the beginning, because today is the day 2 years ago we lost an absolute legend in the wrestling game. The man, the myth, the legend. We all know him, we all love him. Mr. Wyndham Bray Wyatt Rotunda. 2 years, bro. 2 years.
Crazy, man.
That's one thing that's always so crazy when All In weekend rolls around, or in this case, Forbidden Door weekend, because they couldn't get Wembley Stadium this year for whatever reason. It's, it's a wrestling weekend now, but there's always... there's always every year it comes up, and people repost pictures of him, and man, it's, as a wrestling fan, obviously you guys know he was obviously one of my favorites. He was one of my guy next to me's favorites, and it's so crazy because it still doesn't feel real in that sense. Like, it still doesn't feel like he's gone, No. It really doesn't. It just feels like
it's just not here.
We haven't seen him on television, man, and it's just still so surreal, and it's still so crazy, man. And man, I miss his visions. I miss his creative. I miss his just his vision on his character, man. I mean, it was fucking unlike anything you've ever seen. I always say, and I will say it forever, Wyndham and the Bray Wyatt character is the best character in WWE history. If you're looking at it from a standpoint of just how the ideas that man had, and just how creative, and just such an amazing brain in the wrestling space, man. And it really is so sad that we don't have him anymore. And it really does suck to this day that it's been 2 years. And dude, I still remember this day 2 years ago when this guy texted me when I was at work, and literally as soon as I got his text, I got a notification that broke the news, and I was just like scrambling and trying to like see if this was real, because it was so surreal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget that day, man. I will never fucking forget that day. Such a sad day, and just I'll never forget that night. That was a Thursday. It was a Thursday. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously that night I came home to make the thumbnail for the next morning, and I remember, and you guys can go back and see, just like putting all his logos on the, on our little template screen that you see us in. It was just, and I just remember being so sad making those graphics, and then um just doing that show. And it was one of the roughest episodes we did. So Wyndham, we miss you, we love you, we miss you, man. And you'll never be forgotten, and we will talk about you every single year that this date comes on. And not even just the date, because
All the time.
we will always, we still talk about all the time, like, I wonder what he would be doing right now, like who he would be feuding with, or I wonder like what would have happened, or like how would they have used this. And I remember one of the most common questions that gets brought up if you're talking to a friend or a family member, and you guys like sports or wrestling or any sort of thing, was like, if you were to sit down and have a meal with one, famous person, a
Mm-hmm.
wrestler, basketball player, whatever, who would it be? And I always had two names at the top of my list: Bray Wyatt and John Cena. So yeah, crazy, man. But rest in peace to the legend.
Truly, rest in peace to the legend, man. 2 years doesn't feel real, dude. It didn't feel real at the time. It still doesn't feel real. Um, cause yeah, I'm always thinking about him. Always thinking about the stuff he did, the stuff he could be doing, all this, all that. It still never felt real, man. And he truly, truly was a legend, man. Loved everything he did. Loved his character work. Loved his any promo he did, any cut character or cut thing that he did that you would hear about later on. This most creative man in the business, dude, truly, and such an inspiration for me getting into wrestling in the first place. One of the main, driving points to that was Wyatt, and anything around him, his faction, his promos, this, that, everything. He's the whole reason I'm a wrestling fan to this day, man. And it still doesn't feel real, man. It really doesn't. He will be remembered forever. All the time I always think about what he would be doing, this and that, and what he could be doing in Hollywood, and that. So much things, man. So much things. Truly biggest impact ever, dude. Truly massive impact. Love Wyndham, love Bray Wyatt, and doesn't feel real, man. Even to this day, 2 years later, truly, truly rest in peace.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And with that being said, his birthday was yesterday, but it is actually Kobe Day. It is
Mm-hmm.
8/24. So also happy heavenly birthday and happy Kobe Day to a legend. You guys know I'm a huge basketball fan, and one thing that continuously drives me is a lot of the words that Kobe Bryant spoke. A couple years ago, I had suffered an injury while I was in the gym, and the amount of just watching of like just stories about Kobe I would listen to, and just everybody, it's obviously what everybody knows as the Mamba mentality, but
Mm-hmm.
it's something that really sticks with me. It really inspires me. And like I said, it is August 24th. It is 8/24. It is Kobe Day. Yesterday was his birthday. So with that being said, happy birthday to the late great legend, absolute legend, one of the greatest to ever do it, Kobe Bryant. Thank you for your words, and that will follow those words and that motivation. There is nothing like hearing stories about Kobe Bryant and how driven he was, and how determined he was to be great. And that's something that really sticks with me, and it really speaks to me. So again, happy Kobe Day to everybody, and happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday to the legend, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Truly, always happy birthday, Kobe, man. Mamba mentality really did affect this man, most driven man I fucking know. So if only Kobe knew, the impact and alike in terms of that mentality that this man does have with that man. So truly, truly, rest in peace to a legend.
For sure. Fucking hate this guy.
What?
Well, regardless, the opening match on this Forbidden Door show.
We kind of are like Edge and Christian in the current time.
Jesus. Okay, so the opening match, let's move us out of the way. The opening match to Forbidden Door here today.
Better me, Kenny Coda.
Please shut up.
I'm sorry.
We have Cope and Christian versus Kip Sabian and Quill Switch.
Dude, 2 minutes. 2 minutes into that broadcast, dude. Fucking commentary calling him Quill Switch. Quill Switch.
And for anybody watching at home, if you just wanted to take a guess on who the fuck said that, it was none other than your boy, Tony fucking Schiavone. He literally says 2 minutes into the broadcast, Quill Switch.
Quill Switch. Fuck up, dude. Man, AEW commentary, it is dog shit at the end of the day, but it's like the most perfect, beautiful dog shit.
Oh, it's great.
That just keeps you laughing all night long with the show, man. Because holy hell, dude, the shit they were saying tonight, Quill Switch,
Shatter Machine
fucking yelled during that one when the Brody and I think it was Cat or Dax that did the fucking Shatter Machine.
Yeah.
Fucking Shatter Machine yelled that. What was the women's one? This great women's match.
My god, this women's match is great.
It is great.
Great.
All throughout the night, man. Just fuck
man.
up after fuck up on commentary. And it truly is amazing, dude. You don't get commentary like this anywhere else. And that's for a reason.
It's getting to the point where I used to say, fire everybody on this commentary team.
It makes it so much better.
But this commentary team they're getting to the level, I think they've been at the level for a while, but they're really reaching Hall of Fame status, and these guys are so bad. This may be one of the greatest commentary teams assembled. Tony Schiavone and Excalibur.
It's a devious combination, dude.
I mean, that has got to be one of the greatest duos in professional wrestling history, just for the fucking fact that they're so fucking awful on the mic together. It's just how did you manage to find two people that fucking suck at their job so bad and put them on the same team?
Yeah, both equally cannot talk fast, stutter, you switch up letters. Dude, it's insane, dude. Quill Switch. How do you get Quill Switch? I have to purposely say it bad. You know what I mean? And it just rolls off the tongue for these guys, dude. Truly a go-to commentary team.
This women's match is great.
Is great. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Great commentary tonight, guys.
Tremendous. They knocked it out of the park, per usual. They knocked it out of the park and right into somebody's fucking car window.
That man Bryan Danielson was so disassociated that whole fucking night on commentary. It was hilarious. He was in his own world.
They're talking to Brian and he's like, "What's that?" He's not paying attention to them at all. AEW commentary, man, I fucking tell you, dude, they are
beautiful mess.
They are some true ass fucking legends, bro. They really, really are. But yeah, so the opening match was Cope and Christian versus Quill Switch and Kip Sabian, which I thought Kill Switch was coming back to help them. but then he sort of seemed like annoyed with Kip Sabian.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna take a swing and just guess the story. I think he mainly came back to, and commentary was kind of saying it just be ops against Christian, and he kind of like just had to work with Kip, even though that he was working with him right before he left. So I don't know. I guess he's kind of mentally just done with that group, but he had to like team with them for this. Um, but this was a fun match, man. But I didn't know what the hell, who was on whose team half of this fucking match, dude. I really didn't.
No, it really did felt that way. This felt like a handicap match, like Kill Switch, Cope, and Christian against Kip Sabian. If anything,
They were all whooping his ass, dude.
Kill Switch, he's like Kip Sabian's trying to get his offense in, but like Kill Switch keeps like grabbing him and throwing him around, and he's like power bombing him into Cope, and he's like throwing him into Christian, and like he's like I don't know, it would be like a tag teams use offense like that where they like they throw each other and stuff, like we see it with the War Raiders and shit. But like Kip Sabian started like getting upset.
Yeah.
He started getting upset. He's like, dude, what are you doing? And then like Killswitch would just grab him and throw him around again. So at this point, I'm like, wait, does he not like him? Like,
did I miss something here?
Yeah, no, for real. I'm like,
something happened on Collision or something. I don't watch Collision. I don't know anyone that does. So maybe something happened on that. I don't know how we got here. I really don't know how we got here, man. It was really a super handicap match.
No, it absolutely was. It absolutely was, man. It felt like it at a lot of times. But so we then get to this spot in the match where Killswitch is blatantly holding Kip Sabian in an electric chair.
Blatant.
Just blatantly. And Copeland's on the top rope. And he's just standing there with Kip. And he's just looking at Copeland, and Copeland eventually spears Kip off of Luchasaurus' shoulders. And I'm like, wait, so like, is he turning on him? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, who does he like him? Does he fuck with him? Or does he not like him? I don't fucking know. So anyways, Christian went for a spear on Kip Sabian. He would then get intercepted by Killswitch standing on the apron. Copeland would then spear Luchasaurus off the ring apron. He would spear him off the ring apron and jump back in the ring, and Christian would pop Kip Sabian up, and as he was in the pop-up, Copeland would hit him with a spear, and Edge and Christian won with a pop-up spear to Kip Sabian. As for the match, these guys got 13 minutes. The match was very fun. I thought it could have went a tad bit longer, but I'm not going to complain about, them.
A shorter AEW show.
Exactly. They did not overstay their welcome. Like I said, I wouldn't have minded if it went a little bit longer, but regardless, I thought it was great. It was fun. It was nice to see Copeland and Christian back in there together again and doing their thing. And then afterwards, Christian put his hand out for a handshake. Copeland hugged Christian, and Christian was just standing there straight-armed like, please get off of me. So it was nice to see these guys together, man. Clearly, these guys are best friends, so there wasn't any sort of like chemistry problem or anything like that. It wasn't, hard for them to get back on the same page. I'm sure they train all the time doing tag team type stuff.
Know it.
And again, it's not like these guys aren't one of the fucking greatest tag teams of all time. So, it was nice to see them back together again, and it was very enjoyable, man. Very enjoyable match, a very enjoyable start to open the show.
Most definitely. Overall, enjoyed the match, enjoyed the pace of the match, and I enjoyed that it opened the show. they had a good opener. Was kind of confused, during the handicap portion of it essentially, but I think it's obviously teasing Kill Switch to abandon what's left of the matriarchy, I think they're called now, and join up with Jack Perry. Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I think they're called the matriarchy now. Or at least they said on that one promo they weren't from the patriarchy to the matriarchy. Because, they got Mama Wayne still. I swear I remember that segment. I swear I do. I don't know what fucking Dynamite I remember from.
I think I remember that now.
But I think they're called the matriarchy now, unless they just don't have a name right now. Wouldn't be shocked in that, man. But overall, like what they did tonight, and I'm actually really excited for the possible, and I think what they're building to the reunion of Killswitch and Jack Perry. I think them as like flipped heels now would be really fucking dope. I would enjoy that very much, actually.
Yes. Yeah, obviously we didn't, we're not gonna talk about Dynamite because we're here, but yeah.
Yeah, we don't gotta, thank God.
No Dynamite. No Dynamite
Cheers
this
to
week, but they did bring back Luchasaurus. If you couldn't tell, they did bring back Killswitch, and the guy in the vignette, however, that looks like he gave him the shot to revive him. He had I think I talked a little bit about it on Friday, but he had a black denim jacket on, and it looked a lot like Jack Perry. It looked a lot like Jack Perry. A lot of people suspect it to be Jack Perry as the guy who revived Killswitch, and I think that'd be great. Like, I was talking a little bit about it on Friday. It's not like their tag team division does not fucking need it, because they could use a team like Jurassic Express or whatever they're gonna call them now, of Jack Perry and Killswitch. And they could potentially be the guys to take the tag titles from Edge and Christian. So I love it. I think it's going to be great. And I especially think it's going to be great because it will mean that Luchasaurus does not have to still be in the group with Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian. I think the stuff with Jack Perry for now makes a ton more sense.
I think so. And I think it's best for everyone in that group to split apart. Nick Wayne, let him be by himself. Kip Sabian, he could go back to fucking AEW Dark or whatever there is nowadays. And then everyone can go off in their separate directions. I think that'd be best.
For sure. So, yes, hopefully they will be getting back Jurassic Express, or like I said, whatever they're going to call them, as a heel group. I think that would be great. I think that would be fucking fantastic.
It'd be really dope.
Hopefully, in due time, we can start putting together teams like the Acclaimed again, because...
Why they split them up? God knows.
Well, I don't know, but, Twitter, they were really pumped for the Anthony Bowen singles run. Not like Anthony Bowen's isn't great, but you guys know better than that. Come on, you knew damn fucking well they weren't going to use him.
You knew damn well this wasn't no Kyle Fletcher, man. Come on, you just knew he wasn't getting used, man. So I hope they bring them back together too.
Yeah, so maybe it would be a good thing to start reviving some of these tag teams, man. But so yeah, that was that. And yeah, that was the open, which, like I said, thought it was a great match. Great way to open the show. Nice to see Copeland and Christian back together.
Very nice.
Speaking of something that actually ended up being surprisingly nice, the TNT Championship match between Hiromu Takahashi and Kyle Fletcher. This match, going into it, I was kind of like,
whatever. It's the Forbidden Door match.
Yeah, it's a match that is gonna have no implications on TV, which is still correct. But at the end of the day, this match was actually really fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
This match was actually really good. It consisted of a lot of Fletcher offense at first, but then once Takahashi made his started making his comebacks, It actually it got a lot better. It got a lot better, man, because again, it was like it just felt like the boost of offense that the match needed. It maybe felt in the beginning it was maybe a little bit too much Kyle Fletcher offense, to the point where things started to get a little repetitive. It was kind of just Fletcher doing his moves, walking around the ring, flexing and
Yeah.
doing that whole thing. But once we did get that sort of comeback by Takahashi, where he like DDT'd Fletcher on his head. Like it looked bad. I hope Fletcher's okay. But he DDT'd him like right on his head on the ring apron. He then hit him with like a sunset flip on the ring apron. And he started to mount a comeback, but Kyle Fletcher would end up hitting him with his brain buster, which didn't he hit him with like, was it this match where he hit him with like a spinning tombstone and he kicked out of it?
Yes, dude. Yes. So the ending sequence of this match, man, Takahashi fucking hit a jumping, spinning tombstone, Kyle Fletcher, for a kick out, and then fucking wait, no. It was Fletcher that hit it was Fletcher that hit Takahashi with the spinning, jumping fucking tombstone to a kick out, and then just ended up hitting a brainbuster like a minute later for the win. I don't know how a brainbuster gets the win where a jumping, spinning tombstone does not get the win, but other than that logic gap, I like the match. It was a good fucking match. Takahashi's really fucking good, man. And, Kyle Fletcher's fucking amazing. And so it ended up being a really good match, man. I overall like what these guys did here. And I just really hope when it comes to, Dynamite and AEW television, especially with what's going to be the vacuum of Will and Swerve, I hope Fletcher is one of those guys they prop up where we see in a singles just television role more and more, man. I think he's one of those people you should really have those spots taken up with.
100%. Yes, I want to see more of him, not just as a collider.
Yeah.
I want to save that. We'll save that for a little. We'll save the Don Callis conversation for a little bit later. But yes, I want to see more of Kyle Fletcher. I want to see more of this fucking guy on Dynamite, man. I know he's the TNT champion and Collision's on TNT, but for the love of God,
get him on Dynamite, dude. Dynamite's your show.
Yes, get this guy on Dynamite, because the other mid-card champion, Okada, is never at work.
He's never, and they don't even want it to be a mid-card title. So get that man on Dynamite, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know. I want to see more of the guy, and hopefully we do. But the match here was great. Like I said, man, it was one of the funniest parts was just when he hit that jumping tombstone and he kicked out of it. Sergey's just like, he's like going berserk. He's like, how the fuck does he not kick out of a spinning tombstone? And then he's like, and then you said it too. You're like, I guarantee you he's gonna kick out of either a power bomb or a brain buster. And fucking sure enough, he goes down to a move where he also falls on his head. So, hey.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of these fucking match producers tonight were really interesting.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, that was that. Like I said, I want to see more. I want to see more of Kyle Fletcher. And again, for this being one of those matches where typically, me personally, I don't really care about him, I actually did really enjoy this match, and I thought they had a really fucking good match, which, like I said, going into it, my interest levels were at a 0, and they actually managed to pop me, man. So I can appreciate that, and I can appreciate the work rate from both guys. I love Kyle Fletcher. I think I've came a long way with Kyle Fletcher. I did not.
I swear, I hated him.
I did not. I was not a fan at first, but I have to say he is he's very good, man, and I want to see him creatively in the right hands, and hopefully Tony Khan is able to fulfill that.
I really hope so, man. I really hope so.
Logan in the chat, what up, bro? He says, did you guys hear about the stuff surrounding Rampage Jackson's son?
That shit was wild, man. That shit is insane.
Uh,
They, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what that was, bro. I don't know what that was. That was one of the most ridiculous things I think I've ever seen in a wrestling ring, man. If you guys don't know, there's this whole situation going on right now with Rampage Jackson's son. I think his name is Raja or something like that. But there was a indie wrestler that I guess he was playing like a joke on him, and he like cracked cracked like an empty beer can over his head, or it was an open beer can, which it's an open can. It doesn't really fucking hurt. But but then I guess he apologized to him, and they came up with something where they were gonna do a work, and like he was gonna jump in the ring, and they were gonna do a work spot.
Just like one little knockout punch, like something like Logan Paul would do in the ring.
Yeah.
And call it a day. And
so then there's this video we see of his son jumping in the ring, slamming this guy on the ground where you can see his head buckle.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't even get his hands up to defend himself because he was fucking knocked out from being slammed on the ground so hard. And when I tell you this dude started
just wailing,
going crazy on this dude's face
for like, I think someone counted it was like 20 hits to the face before those fucking guys finally got in and broke it up. How you see that and you don't instantly run and tackle that fucking dude off of him, it is beyond me. I don't know how they were so slow to fucking stop that.
Yeah, and so he's like nobody's helping the poor guy, and then finally another wrestler runs over there and throws him off, and he's like still trying to like fight with this guy, the guy that pulled him off, and then a bunch of other wrestlers came in there. But you could see some still images of his face. I think his name is like Psycho Stu or something. You could see like a bunch of like still images of like, you can't really see his face, but you could kind of see his face, and the blood coming off of his face, man, is just it's fucking horrifying. And then there was like videos after of him outside the venue, and he's like arguing with wrestlers, telling them like they aren't gonna do shit to him or whatever. It's just a complete punk attitude. It's a complete punk mentality to have it, and that's really shitty to punch on a man that isn't even conscious enough to get his fucking hands up or punch back. It's pussy shit, and it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up, man. So it's a really bad situation. And again, why are you swinging on a man that isn't even conscious enough to get his hands up? I mean, that is, and especially you're a trained MMA fighter, and you're swinging on a man that can't even put his hands up.
Is insane, dude.
That's some real pussy shit, bro.
That is really pussy.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, prayers to the indie wrestler, man, and yeah, I hope he ends up being okay, because that is that was what, like I said, that I didn't even know about it. Sir K told me about it. He asked me if I had seen it, and I was and I said no, and then I went and watched it, and legitimately, man, that was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in a wrestling ring, man. And again, that kind of behavior from an MMA fighter, man, if you're trained to that level, man, you should have some sort of discipline. You should have some sort of discipline and some sort of honor, man. You do not swing on a man that again, he can't even get his fucking hands up, dude. You already knocked him out, and you're sitting here just wailing on his face, bro. I mean, that's just ridiculous to me. That's just ridiculous to me. And yeah, he should. Yeah, there's no excuse for that. Nobody should, at least no wrestling promoter should ever allow him back any fucking where near a wrestling ring, because that's never again. That's bullshit.
It is.
So yeah, I did see it, but yeah, crazy,
insane shit,
crazy stuff. So,
man, that shocks me, man.
the TBS Championship Interpromotional 4-Way. We have Mercedes Moné defending the championship against Alex Windsor, Bozilla, and who I called Press Phone.
Press Phone.
I ended up finding out her name was Persephone.
Persephone. That's what it was. Persephone.
Her name is Persephone. So, well, I actually did hear that situation is still under police investigation.
I'm sure, yeah. That's a whole process they got to go through to deal with that.
Yeah, he got to get some sort of consequence for that.
Oh, yeah, you got
that was literally attempted murder, bro.
People like that, you can't be walking around like that.
For sure. So, Persephone Bozilla, she got to go to WWE so she get that name changed, bro. That name is horrible.
That name is horrible. When I first read that graphic, I was laughing my ass off. Like, who the fuck is this Bozilla? And then this match gonna start, and she was the fucking standout of that shit. That is crazy, bro. What the fuck? Why does she got that stupid ass name? And she's actually pretty fucking good.
Bozilla. So Alex Windsor and Mercedes Moné, the four women in this match, for the most part,
showed out.
I thought everybody had a pretty decent showing, man. I thought Persephone was pretty good. She sold the ending to that match really well.
Mm-hmm.
The way she was like sitting in the ring, like distraught that Mercedes had just rolled her up. But Bozilla, she actually was very good. Again, I still am a little feeling a little odd about the name. I don't really know what the idea behind that name was, but regardless, I thought she was very good. I loved her presentation. I loved the mask and how it smoked. I thought that was great. And overall, man, like I said, I thought everybody showed out, and she was very Bozilla was very strong, very dominating. She worked like an enforcer. I can already see Tony Khan, wanting to get her to be Mercedes' new Camille or something fucking stupid along those lines. But I'm sure it's only a matter of time until Tony Khan has both of these two on his roster. So
he will. Unless it's a Stephanie Vaquer situation where the WWE snatches them up, I'm okay with either or, going to either or company, as long as Bozilla is not with Mercedes or she's not in the Judgment Day. I don't care what side she goes to. I'll watch her no matter what.
And for the love of God, WWE, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but please, we need a name change.
Yeah, this is gonna be the one person they don't change the name to. Too, I could already see it.
100%. They are gonna bring her in as the Big Bozilla.
Big Bozilla, man. But match shocked me. Overall, enjoyed the match. I enjoyed all the women here. Think they all did great. Showed out. Was much more interesting than I thought it was gonna be when I first read that graphic.
Yeah.
And read Bozilla. Bozilla showed out, dude, and wherever she goes next, man, I think people are gonna watch, man. She was really good in this.
For sure.
Persephone too.
Yes, for sure. So, yeah, that was that. Mercedes sneaks in at the end and rolls up Persephone, and escapes with the champion, with all of her 9 titles that she has. So,
she's gonna get number 10.
I'm sure she will at some point. Some indie will give it to her. Either that or she'll get a hold of the AEW Women's Championship soon enough. But
yeah, I feel like that may be the big one. It is number 10. Finally, the AEW Women's title. I can see it already, dog.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I wonder what the record is for somebody holding, like, what's the most consecutive championships that somebody's held at the same time? I wonder.
I'm very curious for that.
So yeah, that was that. Like I said, it's pretty good match. It was a pretty good match again. A lot obviously we all know Mercedes, and we all know at this point that Alex Windsor is very good as well. But it was nice to see Bozilla and Persephone get a little bit of shine in there, man. It's like it is a lot like what Forbidden Door did for Stephanie Vaquer.
So. It really was, man. So these women got to show out, dude, and wherever they go next, I think people are going to be interested in both of them
for sure, because I'm sure a lot of you guys remember, but if you don't, not a soul knew who Stephanie Vaquer was, and now she has some of the highest stock in women's wrestling right now, as a standout in all of women's wrestling across all companies. A lot of people want her to win the Women's World Championship at Clash in Paris, and again, going into last year's Forbidden Door, nobody knew who she was.
Yep, and a year later, she very well has some of the highest chances, funny enough, of being world champ at Clash. So it's crazy, man. You say anything about Forbidden Door, it'll get you a new name of a woman over, and you'll see them do big stuff.
Definitely. So if I were AEW, I would actually continue to pull these random women from CMLL and from Stardom and putting them on Forbidden Door, man. I would not mind that at all.
Because it fucking works, man. It works.
So yeah, that was that. And the next match was Nigel McGuinness challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against the champ, Zack Sabre Jr. Nigel had Daniel Garcia in his corner because him and Daniel Garcia had a hold-in on the, what did they call it? The technical spectacle.
Technical spectacle.
Him and Garcia had holds in on the same time, but Nigel got Lee Moriarty to tap out from his first. So after the match, he asked Garcia to be in his corner for the show, which he was. He came out there in like this like dojo cloak. It looked like he was wearing like a sleeping suit. It looked like he was wearing, it legitimately looked like he was wearing like a fucking nightgown. And he came out there with Nigel nonetheless. And I thought this was going to be for a turn. Also, I forgot to mention, when Nigel came out, he filmed a video with the man, the myth, and the legend, Johnny Saint.
The goated NXT UK fucking promo where he said the UK title was going to be defended in a 4-man fatal match. Goated shit, dude. I'd never forget that man for that alone. Why he was their GM and never was like there, I had no clue what that was, dude. It was so bad. It was great.
Yeah, especially because like he was GM, but
he didn't
he had a speaker. Like he legitimately had somebody to come out there and speak for him. So I don't know why that guy wasn't just the GM.
Because you made generic corporate guy the GM, but all right.
Okay, I guess. But yeah, so this match, a lot of people would not like this match. A lot of people hate Zack Sabre Jr. matches. Personally, for me, in the most respectful way possible, I love his matches because there's a certain type of calmness you get. It really is unlike anything else. And again, I don't mean that to say like his matches are like a snooze fest or anything, but like the technical work is so smooth and it's so clean. It's almost like calming because you just want to like sit there and like really like lock in on it.
It's like ASMR wrestling, if that makes sense, but like for your eyes. I'm not a big technical guy overall. It's usually what I'm not is a wrestler that's great in one type of wrestling versus a wrestler that's great in that same type of wrestling. For me, a lot of the times I think matches are best when you have a difference of style. This was technical and technical, which for Zack Sabre Jr., he makes it work. And he's one of the only people that can make it work. For me, when you get technical versus technical, but
Yeah.
overall, I did like it. I did like it.
I like the match a lot too. I like the match a lot too, man. These guys were in and out of each other's holds the whole time. It's just like they're moving so fast, yet they're just so smooth with like just swifting into like these other holds, and then like one of them will slip out of it, and you're just like, again, you leave yourself just asking like, how the fuck did we get there? But like,
Literally,
it's so cool to watch. Which, like I said, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's
No.
fine. But like, you obviously you need a difference of style in wrestling, right? Not everybody can, because if you could say one thing about this match, it was different. It was not like anything else on the show. If everybody was out there, doing what we seen with Adam Page and MJF, or doing what we seen in the Lights Out Steel Cage,
get old.
It would get very old, and there would be no variety. But I mean it in a very respectful way. But his matches to me are very calming, and I always love to just sit back and just watch and just see what he's gonna do this time and see what they're gonna come up with this time. But I thought the match was good, man. I thought the match was very good. It did end kind of anticlimactically. It just ended in these guys trading off with roll-ups until Sabre ended up getting the upper hand and rolled up Nigel McGuinness for the 1-2-3 in what was a very good technical match. So if you are into that kind of thing, this match would have been fucking awesome to you. And if you aren't into that kind of thing, which is fine, you're probably not going to care for it too much.
Most definitely, man. It's all about styles. Some people don't like stuff like we got in the main event tonight. I love that type of stuff. And I'm okay with technical wrestling. I'm never going to be the one to say, oh, you can't put that type of thing on this show because I don't like it, or because it's not this or that. Variety is the key to life, especially the key to wrestling. You get those shows that just bleed into each other, like Dynasty, where the whole show feels like one singular match that you're bored of. And you won't get it when you have differences of styles, man. So I always appreciate Zack Sabre Jr. showing up, doing his type of match, especially here and with this one, man. I think it was overall good. Not my favorite type of match, but not one I'm going to oppose to existing or being on the show or anything. I always welcome its inclusion.
100%. 100%. So, with that, after this, Tony Schiavone announces he goes out there for a big announcement. Meanwhile, Zack Sabre Jr. walks over to Johnny Saint, and I think the other guy's name was Marty Jones. He goes over to them and he shakes their hand after the match, and Daniel Garcia runs up to Nigel McGuinness and gives him a hug, and they didn't catch any of it on camera. So, like, if Daniel Garcia would have fucking turned heel right there, it would have not been caught on camera. It would have just, we just would have been watching Zack Sabre Jr. dap up Johnny Saint.
Which is what I thought, was because he like ripped his fucking like nightgown off, and obviously Garcia always got the wife beater on, and he ran in the ring, so I thought he was about to attack the guy, and he was just hugging him and like did like an angry celebration with him. Very fucking awkward and very horribly filmed, man. So I really don't know what that was about. Well, we won't see it on Collision because we're smart and we don't watch Collision, but I'm sure it will continue on Collision.
I'm sure it will, and nobody will see it. Afterwards, we get a random backstage fight between Queen Aminata and Thekla.
Guess they got beef, bruh. I never heard of this beef. They've been fighting all day since the pre-show, I guess. Okay. I didn't know they were Sheamus and Rusev out here, but all right.
Yeah, literally, bro. They're fighting in the backstage area, and Excalibur, he's like, Queen Aminata, she's had a bone to pick with the Triangle of Madness forever. and they're
What did they say? This was like one of the AEW's most heated rivalries right now. Or
yeah, he says something fucking stupid like that. Like, this is AEW. This is one of AEW's most vile rivalries right now, or something fucking stupid. But so they fight out into the entranceway, and the Triangle of Madness come out to help Tekla, and they hold up Queen Aminata, and Tekla starts spider crawling away from Queen Aminata for some reason.
Yeah, get that.
I don't know why she was fucking crawling. I don't know why she wanted to watch her crawl. I don't know why she wanted Aminata to watch her crawl away from her, but okay.
Alrighty.
But it was at this moment Jamie Hayter came back and finally returned, which I thought to myself for the first time last night, where the fuck is Jamie Hayter at? But then I remembered today that she was actually on the shelf since Double or Nothing. And when I remembered that, I also remembered the spot with Mercedes where
she was dumb on her head.
She went to roll her up and Jamie just completely just planted right on her head. So Jamie Hayter is back. I'm excited to see her back, and
God forbid they use her this time, man.
Yeah, for real.
Hopefully they use her. Great to see her back. It was a very awkward segment to get that to happen. You could have done a whole laundry list of stuff instead of that. You dead ass. You could literally just hit her music with a shot on the stage and have her fucking shake hands with some fans and call it a day. That might have been even a better fucking action than what they did. But great to have Jamie back, and I really fucking hope this time they use her again, man. I really hope so.
Me too. Will they? Probably not.
She's probably just going to be cannon fodder for Tony until she gets to Mercedes again.
Probably. Probably. Either that or not even that. She will be food for the Triangle of Madness.
Good Lord.
So,
and you know what the Triangle of Madness is? Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite. That is the fucking Triangle of Madness at this point in the business, dude. Fucking every week, all those shows, I'm scratching my head half the fucking time, dude.
My God.
Dynamite, I don't, my brain's not even turned on when I'm watching Dynamite.
I don't know how your pay-per-views can be so good, yet your weekly television is the biggest slop of garbage you can possibly muster up.
Pay-per-views are so flames, dude. And then their weekly television is the most dumb, sloppy, boring, pointless thing in the world, dude. I don't get how you could do that.
Dude, it's so bad.
So bad.
So...
Fuck.
So the next match on the show. Oh, sorry. Then after all those shenanigans go down, I forgot to mention with Nigel and Garcia, Tony Schiavone did end up announcing that this was the biggest crowd in the O2 for a wrestling show, which does beat out Money in the Bank by, I want to say maybe a little over 1,000, maybe like 1,300 people. It did beat out Money in the Bank by that, and I wonder how long WWE is going to take to bring something back to the O2, which they've been to the O2 since Money in the Bank. I don't know, man. Maybe it's got something to do with, I don't know, maybe the ticket prices?
Yeah, you know, did you see the Mania tickets? The ringside Mania tickets?
I did. Row 1. $35K a night, which equals, if you got the 2-night pass, that means you got to muster up 70,000. Yes, not fucking 700, not 7,000.
No.
Not 5,000.
Not even.
$70,000. 7,000,000.
You have to fucking do the Humane Labs raid in real life to be able to go to fucking WrestleMania, dude. 70K for some ringside seats. That company is fucking wild, man. But AEW, they did a good audience tonight. Happy for them. And WWE is going to announce the O2 and sell just a little over 19,000 tickets and fucking beat that record. I already know it. They're too petty. They're not going to let this slide. Especially that tonight they were saying, biggest wrestling attendance in the O2. WWE, they ain't gonna let that slide. They're way too desperate and petty. They'll be back here probably early next year.
Oh, 100%. And just wait. AEW thinks that they have that Wembley record for the biggest wrestling show ever to take place, with 81,000 people. Just wait.
Oh yeah, just wait.
Just wait. WWE is going to go in there
140,000,
and they're going to say it was 160,000 people because we had 80,000 both nights. So we had 163,478 fans in attendance across the 2 nights. So you already fucking know how that's going to go. Again, as if it's not the same fucking people just buying 2-day passes to the show, but we got to count them twice.
Gotta count them twice, bro.
So yeah, forgot to mention that. So yeah, WWE is going to be back to the O2 in no time. However, the next match on the show was the AEW World Tag Team Championship 3-way match. The Hurt Syndicate, FTR, and Bro Dito.
Man.
Ooh.
What were the rules to this match? Because apparently, people are even saying back on Dynamite, the first graphic they showed for this match said Eliminator match. Originally, this was going to be an Eliminator, tag championship match. They completely changed it. The match starts, commentary saying or tornado tag, and then fucking the match, gets underway, and it's normal tag rules. 3-way tag rules. I don't know what this match was.
What the fuck are we doing? Excalibur in the beginning of this match literally said, no tags required. Tornado rules. The match, again, it starts off with a big brawl, tornado style. Once everything settles down, everybody gets in a corner and grabs a fucking tag rope. Your fucking commentator doesn't even know what's going on.
He doesn't even know what match type he's watching, bro.
He
You don't got it on a sheet of paper or something?
He just fucking... Dude, he just told your audience, no tags required. Meanwhile, people are fucking tagging in and out of this match.
People are grabbing the fucking tag rope, dude. I don't get it.
What are we doing? So, we end up getting a Brody King and Bobby Lashley face-off.
That was fire.
Which was very good. Hopefully we get to see that one day.
I would love that.
Oh, brother. Okay, we're going to read into it. We'll get back to you guys in a second. But apparently there's a major rule change for the AEW Casino Gauntlet title shot execution.
Let me see.
So.
Oh, God. It's totally Khan talking about it, too.
Oh, no.
Khan revealed the chaotic surprise cash-ins are officially over. Going forward, any winner of the Casino Gauntlet will require to give at least 1 week's notice. I'm going to remember that 1 week notice thing before executing their guaranteed championship match.
Why? It's so easy.
You have MJF as basically your Money in the Bank holder. That is the easiest thing on humanly possible to book. How do you fuck that up? How do you not know what to do with that?
That makes no sense.
Just have them cash in on an opportune time when people don't think about it. When whatever babyface is at their most vulnerable. It's literally the simplest thing to book. I don't know what Triple H is, nor Tony Khan's problem with this idea. I don't get it.
My God. It's MJF. He's the easiest guy to have run out there and surprise cash in on somebody.
And I'm going to give that 1 week's notice of remembrance, too, because technically, although he retracted... Oh, wait, no, that was last Wednesday. So if you try to cash in the Wednesday before a pay-per-view, technically it would not count because you need a week's notice.
Yep.
I'm going to remember that because I know they're not going to remember that.
Yep. Oh, I already know. I already fucking know. Logan says, why is a Money in the Bank concept so hard to book? It's so very easy to be creative with.
It's the easiest thing to book in the world, bro. Heel, babyface. It's really easy. I don't get the beef.
You have a sympathetic babyface as your world champion with Adam fucking Page, and you have a dickhead opportunist heel in MJF, and you still can't fucking do it. And even with Athena too, cocky, right?
Yeah.
Thinks she's better than everybody type of thing. Heel. What are we doing? What are we doing?
So easy, dude. I don't get it.
My fucking God, man. That makes just no sense whatsoever. However, yeah, looks like that's the new rules. But back to the tag match. Brody King hit a dive on the Hurt Syndicate. Bandito then did a backflip off the top rope, holding Dax Harwood to take out everybody. And while everybody's on the outside, the Hurt Syndicate get taken out by a group of masked men. They get taken out. Meanwhile, the group ends up being revealed as the Gates of Agony and Ricochet.
Dog. What? Why? Why on earth, dog? What is that? Dude, talking about MJF sent them. Why? Ricochet and Gates of Agony.
They are the reason the Hurt Syndicate lost the tag titles.
That nothing fucking group is the reason the Hurt Syndicate lost their tag titles. Not MJF himself. Not fucking anything on this fucking earth. That is what they lost to.
Commentary was citing that the Gates of Agony and Ricochet have become very good friends with MJF, and that is why they could be doing it. Commentary, did you forget that Ricochet was almost a member of the Hurt Syndicate he wanted to be before they rejected him
and beat the life out of him?
But they're there because of MJF.
All right, man. All right.
You mean to tell me they didn't want to drop the titles to FTR, this being the Hurt Syndicate, and you had them be taken out by Ricochet and the Gates of Agony? Mm-hmm. That was who they essentially put over?
Yeah. The Gates of Agony. That nothing tag team. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it.
Oh, fucking K, I guess. Dax then hits Brody King square in the fucking head with a chair shot, and Brody kicked out.
All right. Might as well at that point. Might as fucking well.
Look, I don't want to be that guy, but like,
it's a chair shot.
It's a fucking chair shot to the head.
To the head.
Huh?
He ate it, I guess.
How the fuck did he just eat the chair shot to his fucking head and kick out of it? Okay. Brodito then gets a little more offense in, and they end up hitting their finisher on Dax Harwood. And this, man. This looked fucking awful. So they end up hitting their like airplane 450 finisher that they do.
Mm-hmm.
So Bandito 450s Dax. The ref counts 1, 2, and then you see Cash get in the ring 3. And then commentary's trying to play it off like, oh, it was 2. And then he counts again.
And just counts to 3.
And Cash still isn't moving. And they count to 3. And Brodito wins the tag team championships. In one of the this to me This was clearly a botch finish.
It had to have been.
This was clearly a big botch of a finish. And how do you the ref gave you 2 3 counts.
Yeah.
And you still didn't break it up.
You still weren't able to make it all the way over. You were in the ring when he stopped his first 3 count. He stopped at 2. You had time enough for another 3 count to just fucking bunny hop and just fucking flop over there and just touch him. That's all you have to do. You poke him and the thing's broken up, essentially. You don't know how that got messed up. I don't think Brodito are supposed to be the winners there. I wouldn't be shocked if, like, at All Out, if not even sooner, they lose it to FTR, or in the weeks to come. I wouldn't even be shocked. But man, dude, that was a very sloppy finish to an also very sloppy decision to have Gates of Agony and Ricochet cost her business or her syndicate the titles, man. Very, very just sloppy tag work all around from booking, dude. I don't know how this happened.
Sloppiness in execution and sloppiness in direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, who wants to see the Hurt Syndicate go up against Ricochet in the Gates of Agony?
It's so ass, bro. And, you know, Hurt Syndicate, technically it's only 2 wrestlers. When you got 3 with Baldy's group. So how do you get that? Is there going to be another member? Or is it what's going on there?
Like, are they going to beg for MJF to come back? Like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing? That made absolutely no sense to me, man. It made absolutely no sense. But regardless, the tag match was fine, man. I mean, it was just that ending that was just abysmally sloppy.
It was
really bad.
Really sloppy ending.
So, that was that. That was that, and the next match was Kazuchika Okada defending the AEW Unified Championship against Swerve Strickland. Okay, my first question. Why on God's green earth is Don Callis coming out wearing those 2 belts that were fucking retired?
I think they're still even up on the website as Okada being the champ on both of those, and they have the Unified title in its own little square with Okada. Those titles were retired and put together into this Unified title. Why are those other 2 titles still around? Get rid of them. You have the new one, which are those. It's so frustrating when shit like that happens, dude. It's not even like they want to get the visual for Okada. It's fucking Don Callis that has both of them. What are you doing here?
Yeah, So they're playing up the whole time of this match Swerve's knee, which obviously we heard the news about his meniscus.
Mm-hmm.
So the match was very centered around Okada working Swerve's knee and Swerve not really being able to get that step because he's hurt his knee. His knee is bothering him. So, you know, a lot of his arsenal is quick. So a lot of that he was not able to I guess use to perfection here. So Swerve gets hit with a DDT on the steel steps. Okada a little bit later in the match would hit Swerve with a knee breaker on the top turnbuckle. These guys then get to finisher countering. Swerve was dodging Rainmakers. Okada was dodging house calls, and he was dodging big pressures. And these 2 were just countering each other back and forth. Swerve goes for the first finisher counter off. Swerve does end up winning that and hits Okada with a house call. He goes for another house call, which Okada ducks and hits him with a Rainmaker for the victory. This match here, it was very much felt like it felt like they, and obviously, you know, you could see at the end of it, but it felt like a write-off for Swerve. It felt like
Almost.
Yeah, they felt like they were going to do something in this match, which they ended up doing, that was ultimately going to write off Swerve Strickland from, you know, being on TV for however long he needs to be out for.
Most definitely. It was a good match, and it was a very, like, quick and fast match. And you could tell it was just, the whole purpose was it to write Swerve off television after the match. And, you know, we'll talk about that one next. But that's overall was the plan of the match itself. It was a good match. Ending sequence was great, man. And no shock with that Okada win. I think we all knew that.
Definitely. So, afterwards, Okada gets Swerve's knee wedged in between the ring apron and the steel steps, and he starts banging on the steel steps with the he starts banging on the steel steps with the steel chair. Right. So Swerve's obviously, he's in pain. Okada walks off with Don Callis. Nana is in the corner of the ring, and he is, you know, consoling Swerve. He's trying to see if he's okay. And all of a sudden, you see Wardlow come from behind and walk slowly up on Prince Nana. This Wardlow looked different. He looked like the Wardlow we all remember. He looked like 2022. Yes, 2022. Wardlow. He had the long hair. He looked pretty jacked. Looked like maybe he's been bulking up a little bit, even more, if you can believe that. But Wardlow, he attacks Prince Nana, right? Prince Nana's selling it. Him and Swerve are reaching for each other's hands and trying to see if each other's okay, right? Wardlow's in the ring. He's you know, basking in his fucking return that has been held off for like a year. His return that they held off on because they did not have creative, mind you. He walks outside of the ring, and the whole time, me and this guy are saying to each other, he's gonna fucking dap up Don Callis, isn't he? And he's looking angry. And, you know, maybe I got a little bit of hope inside of me because I'm like, well, maybe he's just going to brush past him. Maybe he's going to give Okada a shoulder check or something. He walks right up to Don Callis, daps him up. He daps Okada up. And then the other fucking 20 members of the group come out and they all dap up with Wardlow. You held off on fucking Wardlow's return because you did not have creative, but it takes you until August 24th to finally decide you have the brilliant idea of putting this guy in the most dog shit, useless, nonsensical fucking faction in wrestling today. The fucking horrible Don Callis family. That is the creative you came up with for a guy that's been out since, what, March of last year?
I think so.
What? The Don Callis family. That's... You see why it's hard to care? Do you see why it's hard to care about Wardlow? Because, and it's nothing to do with him. He's fucking great. This is his creative. He is in a group with 12 other fucking people.
Literally 12 other people. Well, I think he's number 12, actually.
Yeah, 11 other people.
11 other people. Dude, I'm glad Wardlow's back. He looks great. He looks yoked. He's got his hair back. He looks like a fucking beast. He looks like $1,000,000 like he did in 2022 when you didn't end up doing anything with him. But now he's back. And the only creative you have for him is to put him in the most oversaturated, overbooked group you have, where every heel, to an extent, has a relationship with this group, or they're in the fucking group. You got Doorknob, who why is he employed? Takeshna, who at this point should be on his own. Fletcher, who at this point should be on his own. You have Okada, who I don't know why he is friends with these guys and not still with. Dude, I'm looking. Hitch Acero is in this fucking group. Lance Archer is in this group, dude. Brian Cage. This group is either top guys who, for some reason, they're putting in this group, or the most washed nobodies on Earth. There's no in between. You have Hechicero, Brian Cage, Lance Loser, Rocky Romero, and Doorknob. And then, on the other side of the group, you're wasting the talents of Fletcher, Takeshna, and now Wardlow. Okada, he's in his own world. I also don't know why he's in this fucking group. Dude, Wardlow is great. He has returned finally, and I'm happy. I was happy. Now he's in a group where I do not care about, where you can't have a group like this because everybody is fighting, momentum wise for that top spot, and you have so many people fighting for it. Nobody's gonna fucking get it. I don't know what you think you're doing with this group. It doesn't help get people over. It stops them from getting over to an extent, because they can only be so over when they're surrounded by such guys who are also trying to get over. It makes no fucking sense, dude. I would love if Wardlow came back, if anything, at his core, solo. I think he should have came back solo more than anything at first. But if you were to fucking put him in a group, because you just have to, Hurt Syndicate was right there, man. He fits the vibe of the group. He has beef with MJF, who, oh, look at that. Hurt Syndicate have beef with MJF. Oh, that would have been really fucking perfect, man. But no, you put him in the Don Callis family. Already wasting Wardlow's talent, man. Already wasting it in an oversaturated ass group where everyone's trying to get over and nobody can because they're all together trying to get over. Makes no sense, dude. Doorknob is in that fucking group.
See, you mentioned the idea about him in the Hurt Syndicate, and that was probably the worst thing you could have done, because all that did was make me more fucking mad, especially because now they're beefing with MJF. And if MJF got a group to go against the Hurt Syndicate in the Ricochet and Gates of Agony pairing for some fucking reason, the Hurt Syndicate has 2 guys. They're a tag team. That group has 3. Wardlow would have fit the vibe of that group more than this fucking dog shit family with this overrated ass manager in Don Callis.
Dude,
he used to be. He was never this fucking bad.
No,
but
he's oversaturated.
Yeah, he fucking because he comes out with half the fucking roster. Mm-hmm. Anytime any one of these fucking 11 goons have a match,
he's on commentary.
He's out there.
It's oversaturation, and it's fucking so annoying, dude.
And they put him in that group. That was your idea for creative. Do you know how dumb Wardlow looks being a part of this group? Because from everything we know, in kayfabe, you have to sign a percentage of your earnings away to Don Callis.
For what?
You mean to tell me this dude went from being a slave to MJF, to get out of that, to go to being a slave to Adam Cole, to go away, to come back and be a slave to Don Callis? So his character is that he is a dumb fuck. That's his gimmick.
That's his and you mentioned it with Adam Cole, dude. When he left, he was in a group that was anti-MJF. Now that group that he left, when he left, to go heal himself up,
yeah,
that group died, gone. And now at least you could have kept it consistent, and he could have come back to what is right now, after tonight, an anti-MJF group. At least you would have kept that consistency there. Or you could have waited, have MJF, obviously start, beefing with them, on television, and, they could be laughing that they're outnumbered. Boom, Wardlow shows up right behind MJF, big moment. Looks great. Joins the Hurt Syndicate. He is built for the Hurt Syndicate, dude. He is. Oh, it would have been so fucking perfect, man. And you put him in the oversaturated Don Callis family, where I'm gonna have to hear Don Callis on commentary for these Wardlow matches now.
The Hurt Syndicate would have made sense too, because the way they try to like build a group is like
They're tough ass dudes.
they're tough. Bobby is like, he's the leader, but he's not like you don't see him bitching around Shelton.
No, they all like respect each other because they all like are badass tough dudes together.
Yes.
So they don't like step on each other's toes, and like you have not MJ and Wardlow's a suit guy too.
Yes.
The Hurt Syndicate are suit guys, dude. It would have been fucking perfect, dude. Would have been perfect, and you didn't do it.
And you bring him back to be with the fucking Don fucking Callis family. Are you actually kidding me? Are you actually fucking kidding me here?
Dude, we could have had Shelton and Wardlow as the tag team, and then Bobby go be a world champ, dude. That would have been fire, dog. That would have been so fucking flames.
And again, the character Wardlow
fits.
Why wouldn't he want to go to a group like the Hurt Syndicate? Again, there's not really any leaders. They all respect each other. All they do is focus on whooping people's asses.
Yeah, getting championships, whooping asses. They respect each other, and they respect each other's opinion so much where in order for something for the group to happen, they all have to agree on it. Genuinely at the same time. There's not one that like forces the other to agree on it. They all have an opinion. It would be, this group is literally, creatively, visually, and character-wise perfect for Wardlow. And you put him in the Don Callis family. What the hell, man?
That is, my God, that is fucking criminal. That is absolutely fucking criminal, man. Wardlow, the character of Wardlow, and at this point, you could probably even say personally, this is another fucking slap in the face to the character.
It is. You're putting him in the most oversaturated group possible where he's not going to get a chance to shine again. Makes no sense, dude.
You're putting him in another group where he is nothing more than a side character that just looks dumb because he's with somebody that is using him. His whole run in AEW, he's just been used.
And now you're doing it again with Don Callis, dude. I don't understand.
Makes no sense. Used by MJF. Used by Adam Cole. Even before Adam Cole. When he was TNT champion, they had him in a fucking tag team with FTR. Called FT War.
I forgot about that.
And then you had him in War Joe.
Oh, yeah. Was a thing. Oh my God, I forget all this shit. Please don't remind me anymore.
And then you fucking put him with Adam Cole to get used, and now you're putting him with Don Callis to get used. His character is so stupid. I can't fathom it.
I don't know why. And like the Hurt Syndicate is like the most like the respect each other group. That would have been perfect for Wardlow, dude. He checks every box with that group, and they check every box for him. Don't know what the fuck you're doing. And they're facing MJF. They're going to face MJF. And you're doing this, dude. I swear to God, if we get some segment where Don Callis leases fucking Wardlow out to the Hurt Syndicate to even their odds, I know I wouldn't be shocked if we get some bullshit like that.
Jason K says FTR means find the remote.
What, dog? I mean, you're not lying in their current state, but come on, dog. Find the remote. This tough, dog.
Oh, man.
The living channel changers.
Yeah, for real. Yes, so Wardlow is in a group with Don Callis, Okada, Kyle Fletcher, Doorknob Alexander, Takeshita, Lance Loser, Harris Arrow, Rocky and Trent, Wardlow, Brian Cage, and Mark Davis, which makes Wardlow number 12.
12 people in one group.
And this is disregarding the story of Don Callis trying to get the Young Bucks in the fucking group, too.
Yeah, they're damn near honorary members at this point. Insane decisions.
What a fucking joke. They took a manager that was actually fun to watch with Kenny Omega. And who was after Omega? Was it Takeshita? Yeah, it was Takeshita. Takeshita was fine.
Takeshita used him at the time, and that was good. He kind of needed someone like Callis. Now I don't think he really does, to be honest. And then you just oversaturated the fucking guy, and that's all we see.
And then they added all of these members, and now Don Callis is a channel changer on Wednesday night. He is an awful act, and the way they book him and his group is fucking awful.
They're horrible ass group, dude.
A group of fucking 12. Why is Hedge fucking Sarah? Why is Mark Davis in this group?
Like, the one thing that they do is someone in this group feuds with somebody. They add someone that one person was friends with to, like, get to them, and then they just keep that person signed, and they're just a permanent part of the group for no reason, dude. Rocky Romero, Doorknob, Mark Davis, dude, fucking, whatever their tag team name was with Lance Loser and fucking Brian Cage.
The Murder Machines.
Murder Machines, good lord, like, dude, just stop, please. Manage 2 people max. If anything, 1 at this point. If anything, none at this point. We need a break from this fucking guy.
Well, Brodito. Oh, wait, no. That was my bad. I'm so fucked up that I wasn't talking about the last match. What am I fucking talking about? Wardlow, daps up with the Don Callis family, and he's fucking sitting there fucking marking out with all of them at the fucking end of it. And once that happened, once he dapped them up, I said to him, they just killed it.
They killed him.
They just fucking killed it. They just killed it. He hasn't been on my fucking TV for more than 10 minutes, and you fucking killed it. Yeah. You just killed the return. You just killed Wardlow's return from being out for 18 months.
You killed it within 3 minutes with him dapping up Don Callis, dude.
We have not seen the man in 18 months, and you fucking killed it in less than 5 minutes.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
What a fucking joke. And he's out there dapping up all 12 members of the group. Oh. His character is that he is a dumbass.
Yeah.
That's his character.
How his character trust anybody, can do this, can do that. You know, again, her business. Nothing's personal. It's all business. It would have been perfect for his character, man. Perfect. Visually, character-wise, wrestling-wise. It would have been perfect for him in the Hurt Syndicate. And you put him in the fucking Don Get Off My TV Callis family. With Doorknob. He's probably going to have to tag team with Doorknob at some point on Dynamite now.
He fucking probably is. Well, guys, in case you were interested, dark state. The tag team divisions in both companies are in a fucking dark state.
What is tag team wrestling nowadays, dude? What the fuck is going on in this business?
Dark State have won the NXT tag titles. Man, they're really pumped. Taking over.
Dark State.
Undisputed Era who? It's maybe the greatest faction in NXT history.
Dark State. We're in a dark state of the fucking business right now, man. I'll tell you that.
God, this feels like the Great Depression, bro.
Dude, we're in the fucking 2008 recession in wrestling, bro. I swear to God. Fucking stock has gone down.
So, the next match on the show was for the AEW Women's World Championship. This was Athena versus Toni Storm. Well, the match was great.
Yeah.
It was Athena showing out.
Man, amazing in the fucking ring.
Fucking awesome in the ring. There was multiple times where me and Sir Kay were taken aback by some of the strikes that she was putting on because
she fucking hits, dude.
She hits either there's a bit of realism to it, or she's just really good at slapping her thigh, but like it sounds great. Huh?
Oh yeah, we didn't mention the kill switch.
Oh my god, I fucking forgot about that, dude. Yeah, in the beginning of the show, in the fucking beginning of the show, X-Cat, there was a part where Kill Switch hit a super kick on Adam Copeland, and as they're showing the slowed down instant replay, you hear the
thigh slap.
the thigh slap of Kill Switch slapping his thigh as he hit the super kick. And fucking Excalibur, as they're showing you a perfect shot of him slapping his leg, Excalibur says, "Did you hear the sound of Adam Copeland's teeth clapping?"
Dog. What? As we just get the most obvious visual of fucking Kill Switch getting the knee slap in, dude, or the thigh slap. Bro, if someone's teeth clapped that hard and that loud, he don't got no teeth no more.
That was the first thing I said. I said, if anybody's fucking teeth clapped and it made that sound, that man has straight gums in his mouth, because there is no more teeth left. Because, again, it was a thigh slap, so it's obviously very loud. And they're trying to play it off as if that was the sound of Adam Copeland's fucking teeth clapping.
Hilarious. Gotta love commentary. They truly are goated, man.
Well, the match was going all right. It was going all right, man. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was some may say that this match was a great women's match. That someone would be Tony Schiavone.
Schiavone, at it again.
This was a great women's match.
It was a great women's match. Holy
So now we have Quill Switch and Gwait.
Great. Add to the fucking long CVS receipt list of commentary screw-ups that are just that amazing.
For goodness sake, man. For fucking goodness sake. Athena kicks Toni Storm right in the mouth when Tony was on the top rope. Sounded great. Athena then hits the O-face with Tony on the apron. And at this point, Tony is like she's like half hanging off the apron. And Billy Stark then comes in and comes over by Tony. She's like talking shit to her the whole time. It was horrible dialogue, but she was trying her best.
She was trying. She needs a PC, for being honest.
A little bit.
Her and Hook should have went to that PC, but I digress.
100%. So Billy grabs a steel chair and she cocks back and just goes to just wail on Toni Storm's fucking head with the chair. And Mina Shirakawa comes out and stops her and chases her off. Tony and Athena then they trade offense for a little bit. Athena then goes for a quick O-face or eclipse off the second rope. And Tony catches her, gets her in a chicken wing, and packs her up and eats her up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because Athena
just taps
right out. So here we have a contract wasted. And also, here we have somebody who looks so terrible in AEW, because they go to what is pretty much the minor leagues of AEW in Ring of Honor, and she is an absolute god, right? She is an absolute fucking god. She holds the championship for, I think it's like well over 2 years at this point. She's a god in Ring of Honor, and she comes over to AEW. She loses to Mercedes, and now here she is losing to Toni Storm. Fucking embarrassing how they've booked Athena. Why she wasn't booked like the god or the goddess that she is in Ring of Honor, I have no idea. How you can book somebody so well in Ring of Honor, and then when you bring them over to your show that matters, now you want to shit the bed, is completely ridiculous to me.
Don't understand, dude. Athena's fucking amazing, dude. And it also doesn't help your look for ROH, which, I mean, inherently, the way Tony Khan books it isn't good in the first place. But you have their super champ of 2+ years coming in, and anytime she comes into the AEW side of things, she just loses. She's amazing. She deserves so much better. And I hope one day she could be used somewhere where it matters, man. Because apparently Tony Khan doesn't know how to use her where it matters, man. She's amazing. Lost. Unfortunately, I wanted her to win here. I think it would have been perfect for her to win here, and she didn't. And I really hope that she could be used somewhere, dude. She's fucking amazing.
I apologize. I don't know what just happened. It just completely stopped recording this so I can upload it. What does that mean?
We might have to clear Spain. Go to settings. Like real settings.
I apologize, everybody. Just give me 1 second here.
Oh, that's why.
Okay, that makes sense.
Please give us a minute here.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah. Long done.
Okay, nice to know I should not do this anymore. I didn't know I was that down bad.
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot. Okay, I apologize, guys. I am trying to get this underway so we could get this onto all platforms for you all.
There, okay. Oh my god.
Okay, so for better context, I had about 700 gigabytes of storage that was just
sitting there accumulating.
I didn't know it. I didn't know those got.
know.
I figured they took up some space, but
I didn't think they would take up that much space, if I'm being honest.
No, not at all. These are already good.
I don't think
These are good. Holy fuck.
Whole lot of space.
That was a lot.
I didn't think they would take up that much storage.
I did not think so either. That was nuts.
Look at that. Okay, that's normal. It was literally to capacity. That's crazy.
Wow. Holy fuck. There we go. We're back on the road.
Oh, good lord.
Okay. My bad. Okay, so for further context, you guys know on OBS, the reason I get these right up on for you guys is because I record it while we're live.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden my shit just stopped and I'm looking around like, what the fuck? Where is my, where, like, why are we stop recording? And it says there's not sufficient disk space. So what the fuck is this weekend, dude? So, we checked my storage on my computer, and out of let's see, if I was at 900 gigabytes, which was almost full, and now I'm down to like 200. We had 700 gigs
of just old footage
of podcast episodes that we upload obviously onto all platforms for you guys. I figured it would take space, I did not think it would be anywhere close to 700 gigs, so
That's a lot of space.
now I will know for next time. Do not fucking save episodes or just delete the older ones.
Yeah, don't let them accumulate that bad.
So I apologize. Just went in a little panic because I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I obviously, you guys know I like getting these up typically like an hour after we're done being live. I apologize for that.
Especially with show reviews specifically.
100%. Because I know what it's like, you know, sometimes at work. Listen, I'm a big music guy. Sometimes you can't always just listen to music. Sometimes you want to listen to a podcast and you don't want to wait for some of these podcasters that fucking take 3 or 4 days to upload their episodes on. So I usually like to get it up as soon as possible for you guys. So I was like, shit. What's that about? So thankfully everything's back underway. Hopefully my computer will work better now, but
quite possibly it'll probably be a little faster now.
Probably.
That was so much story.
That was a lot. That motherfucker was yellow.
It was full
in store. It was literally
700
gigabytes of.
Holy hell.
Oh, your boys have been getting to work, bro. We've been doing a lot of podcasting. So anyways, yes, Athena looks, I don't know, man. Them bringing her over to AEW is, it was a great move, but the more time moves on, it looks like it might have been more of a double-edged sword than we think, because they have not been treating her remotely close to what she was in Ring of Honor.
No, just made her an absolute loser for no reason. She's amazing, and I really hope that she can end up ditching Ring of Honor completely, coming to the AEW side, and being fucking used, because she's incredible, dude.
Yes. Yeah, she is. So, that was that. That was crazy, dude. I can't lie to you.
It's crazy.
That was wild work.
I read that. I was like, wow.
Okay, so we got... Oh, sorry. I thought it was time for more AEW announcements. No, they did. They went right back into the next match, which was your second match on your triple main event.
And technically, the sanctioned main event, the official main event of the show, technically.
Correct. I like how they do that.
I love that, dude. The lights out shit, I think it's the coolest thing ever.
It's a perfect way to almost give two things a main event.
It is. That's like a good way to do like a double in the same night main event, where one is the technical main event, the other is the last thing on the show. But technically, not only does it not officially happen, it doesn't even account for the record. I know it used to not count for the record. I don't know if that's still... I mean, the record doesn't matter. It doesn't really exist anymore, but yeah, it made more sense when AEW like kept track of wins and losses. But I love the whole lights out. They come back on. Technically, the show's over, but we're going to do this match. I love the whole lights out sequence.
Same here, bro. Same here. I like I said, it's a great way to, not like completely snub your World Heavyweight Championship to the point where it's like, why isn't that in the main event? Because technically it was the main event of the show. And I love whenever they do lights out, I love that is a concept that
it's sick.
That I don't know if Tony Khan came up with it, but it's a pretty cool pretty cool concept. I like it a lot.
It's really fucking sick, dude.
So MJF and Adam Page, they trade off humping each other.
They were humping each other
in the beginning of the match. MJF had Hangman on the top turnbuckle, and he started thrusting. And then when Adam Page took over a little bit of the offense when they were still on the top rope, he started fucking MJF's head.
Yeah, he was just
literally.
He was just thrusting on bro.
He was thrusting on bro's head. He was giving his head work.
He was putting that head to work.
So MJF goes for a heat seeker on Adam Page, which gets countered into Hangman almost hitting a buckshot lariat on Page. Almost hitting a buckshot on Adam Page. They then When he goes for the buckshot, it gets countered into MJF's Fujiwara armbar, which Excalibur is, or no, it was Tony Schiavone. He's sitting there yelling, "That could be the greatest counter of the buckshot we've ever seen." And because I'm fucking stupid and I haven't seen the Blade Runner from the buckshot.
Like a few months ago, not even that long ago.
It wasn't even a year ago. I think it was maybe Wrestle Dream in Full Gear last year.
It was like 9 months ago. It was not that long ago. But greatest counter he's ever seen.
Yep, a fucking armbar. We haven't seen anything cooler out of a buckshot.
No.
Didn't we see a buckshot into a GTS before?
Dude, yeah.
Wouldn't that at least be up there?
There were so many.
But the Blade Runner was the coolest.
I love the Blade Runner. That wasn't there one with the Hidden Blade too? Was that one before?
Oh.
That might be my number one, to be honest.
There also might have been one with the V trigger.
That one too. Like, this is like number 14. I don't know what he's talking about.
There's so many cool buckshot counters. Good old Tony Schiavone. But yeah, for me, I would probably say the Blade Runner. I'd probably say Blade Runner, Hidden Blade, V trigger.
I respect it.
And then the GTS.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was cool. I wasn't fucking the greatest counter I've ever seen.
Exactly.
So we then get Adam Page doing a backflip on the outside to where he does the backflip, but perfectly executes in tombstone position.
Mm-hmm.
So he fell on MJF, landed on his feet, and caught MJF as MJF tilted back with him. Crazy work.
Incredible sequence.
He hits the tombstone, and Tony Schiavone says, "That can do it."
Dog. It's not a Falls Count Anywhere match. They're laying on the outside of a match. What do you mean that can do it? No, it can't. He has to get him in the ring, or one of them has to get up and go in the ring for a count out. Neither of that was possible when they were both laying dead on the ground next to each other. But that could do it.
Holy fuck.
It's commentary. Beautiful.
That can do it. Dude, like Sir K just said, and we said it when we were watching it live, motherfucker, they're on the outside of the ring.
They're both knocked out.
They're both fucking knocked out. What do you mean that can do it?
That can do what? In the match in disqualification? No one fucking wins? Thanks. What a great ending.
What are you talking about, bro? So, we then get a Deadeye on a table on the outside by Page to MJF. He then hits him with a drop toe hold. MJF then is seated on a ring on the outside, and Page goes to run at him, and MJF counters it with a drop toe hold where Hangman just pretty much falls flat right on the chair, and MJF then starts taunting Bryan Danielson. He starts saying that Bryan, he starts looking over at Bryan, telling him he fucking sucks. Bryan points out on commentary that he's trying to get somebody like me to go in there and punch him, because if I go and punch MJF and this ends on a DQ,
he gets the title.
Then he wins the championship. So Bryan pointed that out. He stated he was going to keep calm, which he did. And MJF goes over to the outside. He grabs Adam Page and he tombstones him on what was already a broken table. And that, I can see what they were going for. I think they thought it was going to break a second time.
Yeah, they should have went for the bigger side.
Yes.
I think that would have broke, but they went for like the shorter side, and you just heard the thud right off that table.
You just heard Adam Page's back just thud off the table, and MJF's knees just crumble into oblivion off of the table as well. So he so they get back into the ring, and MJF gets thrown into the exposed turnbuckle. MJF is now bloodied, which I forgot to mention when the drop toe hold happened. Hangman was bloody.
Mm-hmm.
Now MJF is bloody, and these guys then exchange in a roll-up trade-off, which resulted in Adam Page setting MJF up perfectly for a Deadeye. MJF then tries to get Page to hit him with his Dynamite Diamond Ring. He spits in Page's face. Page is almost going to do it, but he doesn't. He just spits back in MJF's face. Then the referee gets knocked down. Mark Briscoe fucking comes out and does a whole lot of nothing because they just stop him and they just carry him back to the back. MJF. I forgot to mention the referee gets knocked down. MJF, no, never mind. I was on track. Briscoe comes out. They go away. He hooks Page's leg, and the referee counts 1, 2, 3. MJF is celebrating. He goes to take Page's foot off the rope before Bryce can wake up and see it. And Bryce catches it before, MJF is able to do it. He catches MJF taking his foot off the rope. And he tells MJF, he sees what he was going to do, and this match is going to continue. Was this a spot you were telling me people hated?
Yeah, people didn't like this spot for some reason. I guess their logic is that, even though, he passed out right after, the third count, and that the bell still should have rang, and the match technically should have ended.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, the whole point of the ref is he has to be the one to tell them to ring the bell.
Yeah.
So if he's passed out, they cannot do that, even if there is a 3 count. So kind of does make sense overall, but that's just me. I like the spot.
It does. It does. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the referee is the one to give the discretion to end the match. So like if MJF if MJF took his foot off before he woke up, then that would have been a different story because he wouldn't have seen anything. So by that logic, he would have essentially just woken up and been like, no, this match is going to continue even though I just counted 3. But before he can give discretion, he caught MJF trying to cheat. And by that logic, he also caught something he missed. So he essentially got a second chance to look at it. He essentially got to watch his own instant replay. And he's seen, what had happened with Hangman having his foot on the rope. I didn't see a problem with that at all. If anything, again, the referee, it's referee's discretion. The match ends when the referee tells them to ring the bell. So if he sees something foul at play,
it's up to him to stop the match, continue it, whatever it may be.
And if he woke up and Page's foot was on the rope, you can make an argument like, how does he know Page didn't put his foot up afterwards? But he literally caught MJF in the act of taking his foot off the rope. So what would that make? Especially Bryce is always reffing MJF's matches.
He doesn't trust him.
He knows what kind of guy MJF is. And I love the chemistry those two have as performer and referee because
he knows that he always tries to do shit like that.
Yes, and he's constantly catching him in the act. So to me, it did not make sense at all to have the match just end there, and it made the most sense with what they did.
Yeah, it made so much fucking sense. I don't get it.
So the referee is talking to MJF, and while he's talking to MJF, he low blows Adam Page. He low blows him, rolls him up, but Page kicks out. He then hits him with his AEW casino contract for another kick out. At this point, he is just
Trying everything.
starting. Yes, just trying everything. He's starting to panic, right? And the referee had got distracted because MJF goes to use his Dynamite Diamond Ring as a last-ditch effort, but Bryce knows MJF. He grabs his hand, he looks at the ring, he takes the ring. While he's putting the ring away, Adam Page hit. And I mean fucking hit.
Fucking broke that goddamn fucking clipboard contract off of MJF's dome, dude.
Dude, he whacked the ever-living fuck out of that man with...
Smacked the shit out of him.
Dude, he smacked the dog shit out of him with that contract, bro. He then hit him with a Deadeye and hit him with a buckshot for the win in what was... I don't know why a lot of people hated it, but to me, this was the second best match on the show. This was fucking awesome. I love this. This was great. I thought it was absolutely incredible.
I thought it was great too. I loved it. Thought it did great for both guys. I think they both went in and went out of this match looking great. I thought the sequences were really good. Their chemistry is always very good, man. It was a fucking banger ass fucking title match, man. So I don't know what people's beef with it are, but I thought it was great, and I think it did every job it was supposed to do tonight.
100%. 100%, man. So that was your world title match. Again, I thought it was awesome. Every time these two step in the ring, it's awesome. But this match was great. This match was very great.
Very great.
One of the main reasons we watched the show to begin with. So the main event. Well, actually, before the main event, AEW did announce, if you guys are in the UK, they did announce that they will be returning to the UK for 2 shows around the holiday season. One for Collision on December 13th, the same night that nobody will be watching Collision, because they will be watching Saturday night's main event to watch the GOAT have his final go. And that show will be again on December 13th in Wales. And the other show will be December 17th from Manchester. So, in case you guys are interested, if you guys are in the area or whatever, they did announce they will be returning. Before the main event, Bryan Danielson leaves the
he leaves
the commentary table. He says that I'm going to leave because of personal issues I have with a lot of people in this match. So he left. I actually really like that detail a lot.
I like how they did that a lot. I think it really fit his character. I think it fits, the rest of the characters in the actual match. And I think it makes the ending of the match even better, because it would have been real awkward if Bryan was on commentary and he doesn't intervene in what happened. So that was a very smart decision of them.
1,000%, because we all know Bryan.
He would have had to jump that cage and help him.
Yes.
At the end of that match.
Bryan's character is not one to just fucking sit there and watch his boys be getting the fucking life beat out of them. The character of Bryan Danielson, he's a pro wrestling junkie. Okay, if he's around it for too long, this guy can't help himself but to jump in a fucking ring and start doing topes to everybody. I mean, it's just Bryan Danielson. So if he wasn't going to be involved with the match, he had no business commentating this match. I love that detail, and I thought it was the perfect way to play that off.
I thought it was too, man. I really thought it was.
So with that, we got entrances from everybody. But the one entrance that was stood out was a Will Ospreay vignette of, I want to say it was his mom talking about, if what's next does not fear you, then it does not fear me either. So, it was a entrance that just screamed he's gonna be out a long time.
This whole everything with Will tonight was the most screaming, I'm gonna be out for a minute, so I want to bask in the happiness while I can. That's what it was, and it was great. It was beautiful. I think they did it amazingly.
100%. I would love to see him get back. Hopefully I mean, he's got an entire calendar year because they're coming back to Wembley Stadium next year at for All In London
Mm-hmm.
4. Yeah, 4 it would be. All In 4, All In London 3.
Yeah.
So I would hope he would be back by then. I don't know if he will be able to challenge for the world championship, or I would assume now he's going to want to tie up some loose ends with Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the case is, I cannot wait to see Ospreay back. And
maybe if he gets in time for the Owen, you could have Mox be one of the Owen last people. You could have him be one of the Owen last people. Boom, that's how he gets his title shot, man. You could do something like that.
Yeah, I could very, very well see that. But this match, when I heard lights out steel cage, I thought it was going to be a cage that surrounded just the ring. And this wasn't any cage, man. This cage was fucking dope.
It was so sick. I loved it, dude.
I wish they would have. Maybe they did. I didn't watch Dynamite this past week, so maybe I can't really say that. But in case they did not, I wish they would have explained or shown what this cage was going to look like. Even though it's not that big of a deal, because it was a really cool surprise. Because
sick.
That was one of the first things I noticed when they opened up the show. I pointed out, like, dude, look at that cage. Like,
it's massive.
That's a cage that it was basically, if you guys can imagine, cutting the Hell in a Cell in half. It was basically something to enclose them inside of the ringside area and something high enough for them to jump off but not die off of.
Exactly.
Right?
It's not an impossible jump. It's like a normal steel cage height, but just the Hell in a Cell, like, ringside length of area.
Yes.
And it was great, dude.
Yes, it was, like I said, imagine just cutting the Hell in a Cell, so like the top piece as well as the roof was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I said, it was enough to jump off of and not, because, you know, when you look at somebody at the top of a Hell in a Cell, or even like at the top of AEW steel cage, you look up and you're like, oh,
that's a height. They're
pretty fucking high up there. Like, they have to fall off of that. But this wasn't the case. And it was basically, let's just fucking ride our ATVs around. There
720.
There it is. And they're gone. I apologize for that. But it was basically sort of like, I think we've seen this type of match in like TNA before.
Yeah.
Or it was either TNA or WCW. I'm pretty sure I've seen clips where they, you know, it's basically just they surround everybody in like the ringside area, and it's not really a tall cage, but it's a tiny bit taller than the ring itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Which I loved. I loved. It's different. We do not see anything like this on WWE. We've never seen something like this on AEW.
No, it was super sick and unique.
So I loved it, man. I thought it was fantastic. I thought this was dope, and I really would love for them to bring this back when the time is right.
Yeah, if they need to, they could pull out this, they could pull out Blood and Guts. Have this be like a rotation of things you could pull out when you need to.
Exactly, man. It's like this year we didn't get Blood and Guts, and I am not complaining.
Yeah.
I am not complaining at all. It is, again, it's a concept they've done for since 2021, right? Since 2021. So it's been 4 years or 3 years in a row we've got Blood and Guts, and a lot of them didn't really need to happen. It was kind of just what it was. A lot of them didn't need to happen mainly because they did an Anarchy in the Arena with the same people like 2 months prior to that. So we kind of already seen that type of match, but this was great. This was great, man. And it was different. Yes.
Very different.
So the match started out with chaos, just pure chaos. I mean, the cameras were going everywhere. AEW production fucking sucks as it is, and these poor guys
were just pressing that camera switch button.
Yes, they were. So the Young Bucks then grab some thumbtacks, and they go to get in the ring. They go to get in the ring, and they get in the ring, and they loosen the bag, and shit is really about to hit the fan. and they pour out their thumbtacks to reveal that AEW production has fucked them over yet again, and gummy bears fell out of the bag. I'm not gonna lie, I know that is like the most childish thing ever.
It was hilarious.
I don't know why, but that shit made me fucking die laughing. I think it's for the reason that, I mean, who the fuck expected gummy bears to come out of the fucking bag?
Like, I kind of, when I saw the colors, I thought it was Legos at first, because they do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked, and I was like, oh my god, that's fucking gummy bears. The most soft thing on the planet. They're thinking they're about to fucking bring out these tacks and go to work, and it's just fucking gummy bears. It was hilarious. I really enjoyed it.
It was. So the inner child in me definitely came out, because I just thought that was so funny.
That was hilarious.
So we then get the Bucks. They're pissed. They're yelling at the cameraman. They're yelling back to the people at production, for fucking them over yet again, which they did come out to like their like OG theme song from when they started, like first started wrestling. It's a real popular song.
I forget what it was.
I can't remember what it was. It was a real popular song. Kenny was having a ball singing the shit. Kenny and Kota Ibushi were also fucking hilarious during Will Ospreay's entrance, because you could just see them in the ring doing the Ospreay.
Dude, that was hilarious.
So, the Bucks then are pissed, and they go outside to grab a ladder, and they start smacking people with the ladder. They got Omega really good. They got Kota really good. They then prop the ladder up and hit Darby Allin with a power bomb on the ladder. Darby shot right up like a cannon. They then bridge the ladder and do a 450 onto Darby Allin. On the ladder, Will Ospreay jumps in the ring, and he starts doing handspring backflips, and he ends up hitting a backflip kick, or a Pele kick, onto the ladder to kick it out of the Young Bucks' hand. Gabe Kidd jumps in the ring and gives Will Ospreay a pile driver. Listen,
I get the match.
I know that Ospreay, he pretty much had a Cody injury, right? They pretty much told him this isn't going to get any worse. There's not any worse it can get.
Yeah.
So again, same situation with Cody and the torn pec. Like, it's not going to get any worse, but like,
don't do that. You know what I mean? It's the principle of it.
It felt a little crazy that they had this man take a pile driver to me. It just felt a little much. I think.
And if they would have saved it for like that ending sequence, I think it would have been fine. But just randomly, like damn near still at the start of the match, I think was just unnecessary.
Now, thankfully, Gabe Kidd is a professional, but I mean, you can't always just count on people being professionals. Like,
mistakes can happen.
That could have went very wrong. And again, especially, I know his injury can't get any worse, but again, you do not play with neck and spinal cord injuries, man.
No.
The man could literally be paralyzed. I mean, it is like,
just think about it like that.
Seriously. So, with that was a little wild to do. We then get a more bang for your buck to Kenny Omega. Immediately, Claudio, the linchpin,
Aura man,
the Aura farmer, he grabs Omega and starts spinning him. Nick Jackson uses the spin as some sort of jump rope. He jumps right over Kenny, flies onto the outside to take out Kota Ibushi. And at this point, the Aura farming linchpin, or the Aura farming embassy of violence,
whatever you may call him,
he picked up Darby Allin in a gorilla press and ran this man onto the outside of the ring and threw him up against the cage.
Brutal.
Holy shit. That looked bad, but good.
Oh, it was so brutal. It was amazing, dude. It was great.
Yes. Thankfully, Darby didn't, land awkwardly or anything, but that looked brutal. Which that, again, big risk there, but who the fuck is going to tell Darby Allin not to do something? I'm sorry, but we might as well just enjoy and watch at this point, because 9 times out of 10, if Darby's doing anything, he's probably the sicko that fucking brought the idea up.
Oh, you know it. He brought up all this stuff. And we're about to get to it. When he was initially hit off the powerbombed off the ladder, he instantly went for his ear, and there was blood on his fingertips. From what I think I got from that is I think he had an earring in that ended up getting accidentally knocked or ripped out when he hit that power bomb, and I think they just took that opportunity later for one of the next spots to make it even crazier.
So they get Darby back in the ring and duct tape him to a chair. Okay. Jon Moxley then pulls out a fork and starts jabbing, just digging the fork into Darby Allin's earring hole.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see blood just start streaming out.
Ooh.
This was obviously the moment of the match where everybody gets soft. And everybody's like, I can't see that. And
this doesn't belong.
Yeah, this is too much. This doesn't belong on national wrestling television. Okay. These are the same people that loved 2 spots that I'm going to mention.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when Randy Orton grabbed the screwdriver and twisted Jeff Hardy's earlobe?
Yeah, people loved it.
These are the same people that loved that spot. These are also the same people that loved when Triple H grabbed a pair of pliers and ripped out Batista's nose ring.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
People, this is one thing that I hate about AEW running these extreme matches. It's nothing with that, because I love it. As long as the people in the match are okay to do that match and they want to do it, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
What gets me so mad about when AEW does these matches is the fucking fan base. Well, I don't know if they're WWE fans or maybe even they're AEW fans, or they love this tout that this has no place in professional wrestling, as if you can't have different genres of things. And again, these are the same people that loved the Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy earring spot, or the Batista and Triple H nose ring spot. Yeah. These are the same people that said, "Man, that was an awesome spot. That was brutal." Dude,
that's what this is.
Let me tell you, this wasn't in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
And this wasn't on Dynamite.
This was on main event pay-per-view against 2 people who have a deep history against each other on your show, in Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. It fit, and it's not like he actually stabbed his fucking ear and created a hole. Darby, he wears earrings. He had an existing earring hole. They used it for a spot to stab a fork through. What is the concern here? I don't get how this is so vile and wrong, but dude, you love all these other things. It's so hypocritical and just pointing at AEW for no reason. There's reasons you can point at AEW. This is not one of those fucking reasons. I don't get that shit.
No, dude, it's a genre.
It's the same way earlier in the night we had the technical match with Zack Sabre Jr. Here we got the extreme, which we get every pay-per-view. How are you not used to this at this point?
Yes, and it's this is something AEW loves to do, is be diverse with their styles. And it's just dude, okay, it's not your cup of tea. It's not a reason to sit there and say it doesn't belong. It just, you sound so fucking slow saying that. It doesn't make sense to me. And I fucking hate when people when people say that kind of stuff, because it's just again, when Jon Moxley fell on Spike, right, and the thing was hanging out off of his back, I was the first one to complain about it, for the simple reason it had nothing to do with the spot. All I said was spots like that should be reserved for pay-per-view main events.
Yeah. And they ended up stopped doing that. All that like extra TV shit of people spitting in each other's face and blood everywhere. They slowed down on that. And that's good because they keep it on the pay-per-view, mostly in the pay-per-view main events. If not in one of the triple main events they do. It makes sense, dude.
Yes, because I remember back in 2023 or 2022, whatever it was, you guys had valid complaints, and we had the same complaints. Like every single match, somebody is bleeding, or their face is getting spit in, or they're getting stabbed with a fucking fork. Honestly, in AEW nowadays, the only act you will see that from, for the most part, is the Death Riders.
Yeah, John Moxley, whatever he's around, that's where you see that stuff. You don't see it really much anywhere else.
I mean, people are just so soft when it comes to the hardcore style of wrestling. It's like that is like looking at two different basketball players and saying, well, this guy doesn't deserve to be in the league because he doesn't play like this guy. Like, it's called a difference of style, you fucking moron.
This guy mostly shoots threes, but he only shoots layups, man. This one is way better. You shouldn't do what you do. You should do what he does. Like, do you want everyone to fucking move the same? I actually hear that's a problem with basketball nowadays, is that everyone moves the same, and it's boring. So you get things like this, diversity in styles. You get it in music. I like rap music. I like all the different genres of rap music. I like rock music. I like old rock. I like new rock. I like fucking what people would call divorced dad rock, or like that 90s rock. I like it all. Same way with wrestling. Overall, I like it all. I like all the styles. I'll fucking take a cinematic match. I'll take. I like it. I don't get it. I don't get people, dude. They're so narrow-minded. I don't get it.
They really are, man. And again, it's one of my main gripes when AEW puts on these kind of matches, because you just know you're gonna see the tweets. Oh. This is disgusting. This has no place. Like, dude, shut up.
Such a loser, dude.
Like, honestly, shut the fuck up. Have you ever watched a horror movie? Do you like it when Michael Myers fucking slits somebody's throat open, or is it too much for you?
Same thing like that happens with horror movies where people like them. But you get something like Terrifier movies where people say that shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
People like that kind of stuff. I like it.
A lot of people like really gory slashers.
Some people want simple ones. Some people want gory ones. That's why both of those exist. I don't get people's beef with that.
So it's so fucking stupid, man.
So weak-minded.
And again, like, we don't see this from WWE. So if we see it once a fucking month, twice a month from AEW, who gives a shit? We don't fucking see shit like this on WWE, because if it went away, if AEW went away like that, those would be the same people that say, man, I really miss AEW when they would implement like hardcore. We don't get to see that in WWE. Have we all forgotten this is the reason AEW exists?
It's shit like this. It's to do shit like this.
Now again, can they overuse it? A couple years ago, you're fucking right.
Yeah,
earlier this year on Dynamite with Jon Moxley, yes, that was bullshit. This, it's a lights fucking out match. What did you expect?
Like, when this match was announced, what did you expect? Anything less than what? Look at what Swerve and Hangman did last year. Everyone loved it, but those certain spots, people said, "Oh, that was too far." No, it's not. They're not chopping limbs off. They're not fucking actually stabbing each other. It's simple, just over like shot things where it looks really fucking brutal, because to an extent it is, but it's not injuring them. I don't get it. I don't get people's fucking fear of this.
I don't.
I think I like it. I like it a lot. This was brutal and it was hard to watch, and I love it for that.
Yeah, like they said that a lot with the the needle spot with Paige and Swerve. Yep. People are like, you can't do that today. Says fucking who?
Why can't you do that?
Says who? They still have their TV deal.
Yeah,
they're still profitable. I mean,
making money.
Who said why can't you do it? Because it makes your tummy ache. Then close your fucking eyes. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. Like, the whole point is that it makes your stomach hurt. That you do this when you're watching the show. That is the point of that spot. I don't get it.
Again, on a fucking Dynamite, I would agree 100%. That's a cheap pop. On Dynamite, you are just doing shit to do a cheap pop. You're in front of a hot London crowd. The same way they were in front of a hot All Out crowd and a hot All In Texas crowd.
Yeah. That's where you do shit like that. That's what makes that stuff work.
Fuck.
Wrestling fans, man.
Anyways. Tanahashi comes to save Darby Allin. I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing, but he came to save Darby Allin, and they all started hitting him with finishers. Neutralizers, BTE triggers. I mean, this dude's getting his ass whooped, right? Will Ospreay then comes in for the save, and he just drapes his body over Tanahashi's head to save him. And even though they already kind of beat the fuck out of him.
He was dead already, but all right.
But Jon Moxley gets Will Ospreay up, and he goes to hit him with a Death Rider, but Will shoves Jon Moxley and himself into a table of barbed wire in the corner. A little bit later in the match, Tanahashi is attempting to climb a ladder to get to the top of the cage. Kota, Kenny, and Will are all telling him, they're like pulling on his leg, like telling him, no. Like, please get down. Will looks at Tana and he says, I got it. So he goes to the top of the cage and hits a backflip on everybody down on the outside. We then get a flurry of offense from everybody else. It's Will, the Bucks are in there a little bit, Claudio's in there, Gabe Kidd is in there. So it ends up he ends up hitting a Styles Clash on Gabe Kidd. Kota Ibushi then gets DDT'd hard on the ring apron, very similar to how Kyle Fletcher got DDT'd on the ring apron earlier in the night. Mm-hmm. But he got DDT. I think it was by one of the Young Bucks, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been Nick, because right after that, Ospreay then hit an Oscutter to Nick Jackson out on the ring apron. And at this point, Jon Moxley is climbing the cage to stop Wheeler, or to help Wheeler Yuta get in the cage, because he wants to be more involved. Per commentary, he wants to be more involved.
Okay.
So Yuta ends up climbing to the top of the cage. Moxley gets on the outside of the cage, and Darby meets Yuta at the top of the cage. He bites him on his forehead and throws Yuta through the announce table, where one of the Japanese announcers did not move. He stood there, and Wheeler Yuta literally fell on his lap.
Literally. I don't know why they wouldn't get the fuck out of the way, but they didn't, and man, we just went straight crumbling on that table.
So Darby Allin chases Jon Moxley over to where the entrance ramp side of the cage was, where there's 4 tables. There's two stacks of tables sitting there, and he goes to the top of the cage because he puts Jon Moxley on top of the tables on the bottom, so he sandwiches him on the table. And he goes to give him a coffin drop, but Marina Shafir pulls Mox away. And as Darby is looking at Moxley, he gets low blowed at the top of the cage by Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd has Darby Allin in a sleeper. But at this point, Darby Allin says, to hell with all that. And he jumps with Gabe Kidd onto all 4 tables. Thankfully, all 4 tables broke. So
Yeah.
the spot, sometimes you get those spots where like the two tables on top like just completely fall over and they
Yeah.
just fall on the tables on the bottom. But they actually got a nice little crunch in there. It was all 4 tables. It looked great. Claudio, the linchpin, the aura farmer, then starts hitting rapid uppercuts on I want to say it was Kota Ibushi.
I think it was.
So Kota eats it. He kicks Claudio right in the head. They then hit a golden trigger, him and Omega, to Nick Jackson. And while Nick is down, Will Ospreay uses his back as a ramp to launch himself at Matt Jackson for a hidden blade. They then pick up Nick for a one-winged angel hidden blade combination. Tanahashi would come off the top with the elbow drop, and the Ace, for the final time in London, would pick up the victory and give the team of the Golden Lovers, Will Ospreay, Tanahashi, and Darby Allin, the victory over the Death Riders, Jon Moxley's son, and the Young Bucks.
Yes. Very, very good fucking match. Loved it. Loved this main event, man. I love the brutality. I loved all the fucked up spots because that was the point of the match. Don't know why you're going in this match. You're not thinking a fucked up spot's gonna happen. They do. It was fucking great, dude. Loved it. I thought the match did everything it needed to do. The fucking heels looked brutal. They were whooping ass most of that fucking match. And the big faces were able to mount the success at the end. They look good. And I think overall this match is a success. I think it did what it was supposed to do. It made you cringe. It made you, just go fucking crazy with all the shit going on. I loved it, man. I really loved this match.
Me too, man. Me too. I thought this match was great. I know there's a lot of people that say that this has no spot on television, but to me it does. To me, this is a genre, hardcore wrestling, that I love. Again, like Sir K says, the type that's gonna make you cringe. I love the story that they furthered here with Darby Allin again climbing to the absolute depths to ruin Jon Moxley's life and to really put the man through hell. And I love what they did here, man. And I thought that this was, I love the new concept of this type of steel cage that they introduced. I thought it was great, and I cannot wait for it to return, man, because I think it's going to be great. And everybody in here did awesome.
They did. Everyone did great. Everyone played their part well. And that structure is so dope, dude.
It is. So after the match, everybody is, dapping up. Darby Allin gets back in the cage. He daps up Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay gets the standing ovation in London. He blows kisses to the audience. And it seemed like everything was going to be a great night. And as he's going to leave the cage, Claudio gives him a running European uppercut that just looked gnarly. And the Death Riders just start beating the shit out of him. And all the baby faces are on the outside of the cage. They're on the ramp. And they're starting to get back in the cage, or they're trying to climb it. But Yuta and Marina and was Gabe Kidd in there? I think he was. Yeah, he was. Yuta, Marina, Kidd, and the Bucks are on the outside, and they're hitting all of them as they're trying to climb the cage. And Jon Moxley is giving Ospreay Death Rider after Death Rider after Death Rider after Death Rider, beating the holy hell out of the man. And then they hit him with the curb stomp with the chair to more than likely write Will Ospreay off for a very, very, very long time, because in kayfabe, that injury, or what they did to him at All In, is what caused the current injury he has now. So for them to again target his neck like that with all the Death Riders plus the curb stomp with the chair, in kayfabe wise, this is probably going to keep him out for a very long time. Hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully the surgery goes well. But he definitely had one last fucking awesome performance for 2025 in a year that has just been
great with him.
Amazing for him. I mean, He's the best wrestler in the world. What can you say?
Exactly. Almost always has something around match of the night for AEW, and that's not an easy thing to pull with AEW. So he's able to pull it, man. He's done great this year. Very good write off, and hope he can make it back in time, healthy and good for All In next year.
For sure, man. So after this, the ops come out and they're yelling at the people ringside to raise the cage. As they raised the cage, everybody on the heel team retreated into the crowd, as then everybody jumped in the ring to check on Will Ospreay as he lied there with his best days behind him. As he
was dead.
He quite literally they killed him on this episode on Forbidden Door. But I thought it was awesome, man. I thought it was absolutely awesome. It was great. It was, like I said, it was one of AEW's better hardcore matches that they've done throughout the year. And overall, a nice cap on what was a damn good show, man. So props and shout out to AEW for A, making us watch Forbidden Door, and B, actually fucking delivering.
They did, exactly. They got us to watch this fucking pay-per-view. Didn't think we were. We're not gonna put out a good ass card. We decided to watch and review the show, and worked out well. It was a good show. It's been a great review, man. And well, that was a fucking amazing main event.
It was, bro. It was. So, with all of that being said, man, that is everything we got here today for you guys, and that is gonna do it. That is everything we have for Forbidden Door 2025 London's post-show review, man. So, with that, man, thank you guys so very much for joining us, and if you want to catch us for a post-show review, you don't gotta wait too long. All you gotta do is wait a week. Because we will be on here next Sunday, August 31st, with Clash in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
So with that being said, thank you guys so very much for joining us. And that is going to do it, like I said, for this edition of NHP. Another edition of your Forbidden Door 2025 post-show review. And with that, thank you guys so very much. And it has always been a pleasure for my Johnny.
And that's okay.
And that is going to do it. Thank you guys so very much. Everybody who tapped in the live chat, and everybody on the Replay Mafia, my guys, JC and JB. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you guys. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Tuesday with NHP Unscripted.
Peace.